Welcome to Cindy's Creative Inspirations video. I'm Cindy from StampingScrapping.com. I'm excited to bring you this video showing you how I created this card with new stamps and dies from StampingScrapping.com. Our stamps are made of the highest quality photo polymer resin. I decided to do this video to teach you some techniques and show you how fun and easy clear stamps are to use. We have 4 new stamp sets. This one is Heart Elements, and it matches the Heart Elements Spellbinders dies. This one is Fleur de Lis, and it matches the Fleur de Lis squares. And then we have 2 brand new stamp sets. This is Frou Frou, and we have 2 brand new Spellbinders co-branded dies. And these are from Annery Designs and Stamping Scrapping Designs, these 3 new dies. And you'll see that we've made the stamps so they fit perfectly inside the new tags. And also all the words fit inside each one of them as well. And then the last set is Anglaise Lace, and there are 4 dies and matching stamps as well. We've made these so they all nest perfectly. All right, let me give you some basics. First of all, clear stamps are just that. They are clear. And this is the Fleur de Lis squares, and just for purposes, I'm going to show you, I've already cut my die on my grand caliber. So this is the die, and then these are the stamps. And of course, you could use any one of these stamps inside. The beauty of these is you can see the exact placement every time, so you get a perfect impression, and you can see exactly where you're going to stamp. They're highly detailed, so they give you a beautiful impression. And the first thing you want to do is gently peel off the stamp. So I'm going to start at the corner, and I'm just going to gently peel the stamp away. You can see how easy it comes off. And then it leaves you this so you know where you're going to be putting it back when you're done. I always take a piece of paper and I put my clear stamp, the ink that you're going to impress side down, just place it on your paper. And then I'm using the block from Inka Dinka Do. I like these because they're gridded, they're very easy, and I like the finger grips on the side. It's easy to hang on to versus a square, just plain square one. And I'm going to place it down on my stamp, and then I'm going to pick it back up. So by doing this, if you were to place it on by hand, you might get it a little askew, or it might not come out perfectly. So that's why I always place it pattern side down on the piece of paper first. Okay, so we are going to ink it. And one note about ink, I'm using Memento inks. They're one of my favorite inks. But do not use StazOn. The reason being is StazOn has a chemical compound, and it adversely reacts with the resin, and it will ruin your stamp. So I also love the look of the chalk pads with these stamps, but they take a little bit more to clean. So for easy use, I'm using the Memento pad. So I place mine down, take off your cover to your pad, and ink your stamp. And I just kind of tap it, make sure that, you know, you've covered all of your surface. You're going to turn it over, and now this is the fun part, or the beauty of clear stamps, is you can see exactly where this is going to stamp. So you just place it down, give it a tight little press, and when you pull it off, you have a perfect impression, perfectly placed on your die. Now, for my card, I have used Basic Gray. They have a new paper pad called Sweet Threads, and this is the new paper. I am using the largest on-glaze lace die and then the next size on-glaze lace die. And while I'm showing you the dies, let me show you one of my favorite tools and a little technique that really helps out a lot. This is the Quick Stick. They call it the Quicker Poker Picker Upper, and it's from Quick Cuts. And it's a really neat tool because there's a lot of elements to it. First of all, this end has a tacky substance right here. And when you turn this, it will let a little more come out. But it's perfect for picking up pearls or rhinestones, or you can actually pick up your die. It's just really fun element to this. And if you get a little bit on, you just wipe it off, and it does not leave any kind of a product on there. Now this end here, you have a pokey end, and you can turn it over and you have a flat end. The neat thing that I like to show you with this is when you have your die, especially some of these fancier ones and all the different little elements, they're not as easy to get out. So if you take this flat end and you put it in here, you can push all the way around and hear your die as you're pushing pop out of there. So it takes your die out, but you still have some pieces left in. So turn your end around to the pokey end, and it allows you to go to the opposite side and poke out your little pieces. And that way, the tool is very, very multi-purpose. And then you can use it over and over again. With this end also, one of the neat things is as you screw this, more of the product comes out. You can see it dispersing like that. So there's a lot of product in here to be able to use. So this tool is found on StampingScrapping.com. Again, it's called the Quick Stick tool from Quick Cuts. Okay, now to stamp. I am using, for my first, I'm using the classic circle from Spellbinders, and I am using the heart elements, and it's this shape right here. Again, gently peeling this off. I'm going to place it upside down on my piece of paper. I'm going to use my gridded block to place it. I'm going to pick it up, ink it, and the beauty of clear stamp is it perfectly positions right over your die. Press a little bit firmly, and you have a perfect impression, perfectly placed. I'm going to use my Glue Glider Pro on the back here to adhere this to my element. And then I've already pop dotted my second piece, so I'm just going to pull these off so you can see. And then I'm going to place this over top. And then we're going to do the next stamp that goes on top here. This one is from the Anglaise Lace stamp set, and it's just a bunch of little intertwined hearts. And again, we're going to ink it. I just love clear stamps so much because of the ease of use. And then we're going to place down, center it on, and then it comes out again perfectly in the center. And if it's not, that's why you have two sides. You turn it over and you do the next one. Again, we're going to adhere it, stick it in the center of this, and that's how I got the same element on my card. Now for the flower in the center. These are new flowers. from StampingScrapping. We have our own company that produces these for us, and these are the premium gardenias. They come in 11 different colors. We've got roses that are coming to match very soon, but I used the chocolate one here. And what I did was I took my Copic marker and I wanted to add a bit of color for the center of the gardenia. And by taking off the end and just touching the tip to this, you're able to color the stamen in the center to match your paper. And that is permanent on there. And then I made my pearls here by coloring just white pearls with my Copic marker, and it custom colors the pearls. So that's how I got the center of my flower and also my pearls in the brown and in the pink on my card to match. Now I'd like to show you how to make my pinwheel. I call this my frou-frou pinwheel. And the fun part about that is it is actually this die right here, and I cut 3 of them. And then I place them in my Xyron to make them all sticky. And what you do from there is you peel them off your backing and place them on your paper. And since they're already adhered, it makes it pretty easy. And then just place all 3 of them to create your pinwheel. And if you have a little bit of sticky left over on from the Xyron, you can always use just a household eraser to get that off. And that is the pinwheel. Now I'm using the stamp from the frou-frou set, and I'm going to use Lilac Posies for my word and the Rich Cocoa for my center. So we're going to ink it up here. We're going to place it in the center of this. Give it a firm press down. And there is your element for the center. Now we're going to ink the word. And this allows us to be able to see exactly where that word is going to go in the center. And you have perfect positioning of both stamps for the center of your frou-frou pinwheel. Now, one other thing that I did with my card is I used the Copic Spica pens. These are a metallic glass flake pen. They're not glitter. They're actually metallic glass. And I took that and then I just went over my thanks, which is almost the exact same color. So when you turn the card to the side or the words to the side, I'm not sure if you can see it there, but it just gives it that glass, really sparkly, shiny look. We're going to adhere this to the center. And you can pop dot it as well, but it just is a really cute element. And then I added my pearls on my card here. This is the first time I've ever sewn on a card, so don't look too close, but it actually was a lot of fun. Okay, now what to do with your clear stamps when you're done. You gently peel them off the block in the same manner that you put them on, pulled them off the sheet. And I either clean them with baby wipes or you can do soap and water. But you just take them and you place them back on your original sheet for storage. And then the top just flips over and you've got your stamp set. Now, one important thing that you need to note, you may use some inks that may stain your clear stamps. Also, if you store your clear stamps in the sunlight, they may yellow over time. Neither of these issues affect the quality of the stamp or the image. Also, one really fun thing to note is even though a lot of our dies work with the classic and the regular Spellbinders dies, you don't necessarily need dies to be able to use them. They're versatile enough that you can use them on the front of a card or a scrapbook page along with the elements to create very, very unique pages and cards without the use of Spellbinders dies. Of course, you know, you're able to layer them and do some unique things with them, but we just want you to know that you don't necessarily have to have Spellbinders dies to use our stamps. So happy creating and thanks for watching. All of the products found in this video can be found on StampingScrapping.com.